ramp, everything, sentries first. It looks like a fast expansion. But then you throw that Overlord, lollygagging through the middle of his base, find out he in fact is four-gating you, and then he reacted brilliantly. You split off the Zerglings, attacked the front of his base, you picked off the rally-in probes, or pylons, and you made the right army composition. I mean, I could not be more proud of you that game. You did a fantastic job. Who is Shui?
He's a friend of mine. He just followed me in here. You can
Okay.
him. It doesn't matter.
Well, it's if you don't mind.
He's not gonna disrupt if that's what you're worried about.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. So waiting on response. Waiting for the response from response. There we go.
There's the go-go.
You might have angered response.
Oh, knows.
The rage of John can be felt throughout
he's just
the
mad
realms.
because you're making him four-gate. He knows he'd walk all over me if he could do whatever he wanted.
Well, kudos to him. He seems like the perfect guy to be working on this with, because you're actually doing almost a different variation every time.
Yep. Awesome.
And that's good.
Huge shout-out to response.
Yep.
We will plug him big time at the end.
So this time around, again, let's key on the things that work. That extra Zergling force harassing the front, forcing him to block himself in entirely. And even in the last two games he's done that, you've still killed important infrastructure. This time around, I think you killed Cybernetics Core, right?
Yes.
And you got into his base, and had you microed a little bit better, you could have actually won it at that point, just by shutting down his mining. And then back at home, pulling drones off the gas after like 150 or whatever, because you're not going to make 20 roaches off of 22 or 24 or 25 drones, right?
Right.
You're going to do it only to make sure that he doesn't just make zealots, because if he has the ability to just make zealots, then you're screwed.
Cool.
And then after that, it's just making sure to harass his reinforcing abilities.
So maybe in these early minutes you can talk about the importance of having a group of Lings out on the map when the four-gate comes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just the success and failure of defending the four-gate is hinged and dependent upon what those Zerglings do. Like I've said earlier, if they're running around just taking free shots from his Zealots and Stalkers, then it actually lost you the game. But if they're actually forcing him to block himself in at his expansion, or not expansion, but wherever his lock point is, or he's warping in a Zealot or Stalker behind to defend, then it's effectively creating a better scenario for you to defend against the four-gate. Also, there's the flanking ability, there's killing the pylon that's warping in his units. It's just so important. You have to be doing it.
Awesome. Okay, let's go scout. I haven't seen a probe, so I'm kind of thinking he's cross-map. But who knows? It's anyone's guess, right? Oh, there it is. He's already going to do sneaky stuff. I bet it started a pylon. That's my guess. What do you think?
Well, you just never trust those probes. They're never up to good, that's for sure. Okay, so where's that probe?
I need to find it.
I'm watching a lot of X-Files lately, so I can't help but to say the truth is out there. And usually it's the probe. Now, all four of these Zerglings need to be working for you. So one has to be like on the tower. It's usually the first place you want to go. Covers the most ground for the least amount of movement.
Oh shit, my hotkeys. I've never had this much trouble with my hotkeys in my life. They just keep rebinding themselves to different things. It's mind-bogglingly frustrating. Oh, there he is.
And there's a pylon.
Yep.
Interesting. So we've seen this before. He's done the multiple pylon thing, but that's a good warping spot. Watch these Zerglings. See? You're going to lose one. And that's not good. Every time, okay? We're looking to achieve excellence. That's not losing the Zergling there.
Alright. So this is
Now watch it.
poking out.
You're going to lose another
Am I
one.
keying up on this and going pure Ling at this point?
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is for... I mean, the second that pylon goes down, buddy.
Second the pylon goes down. We say,
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
there's
the
a
proxy pylon's the first indicator.
This
yeah,
asshole is forgating me. I have to get ready for it.
Yep. And I'd pull drones off the gas, unless you're going to make a roach warren, but you need to make a couple spine crawlers. I think one thing we can determine from this, the spine crawler is an excellent reply. Right?
Yes.
You want to pull out, and there he is again. Get that probe. Get the pylon.
Do I take hits to kill the pylon?
I don't know. I mean, we're in the game, so it's hard to say. I think in that choice you actually did the right thing. In the future, I don't know.
Oh,
we can talk about it
there's
after.
another one.
Yeah, one right next to it. So you gotta make these Zerglings, you gotta keep them out here and buy yourself time, right?
Yeah.
So run out there, exactly, and look at that, you got a force field out of it too, so don't take damage, but now go up. And keep doing this. Now back off. It's fine. You're gonna get a sentry out of it, now back off. Now this is buying you time. And with those Zerglings, I'd go to his base, or go kill that pylon on the back rocks. Because they're all too wounded to do anything else for you.
Okay.
Here he comes. Pull those Zerglings back. Last possible moment. Remember that. Now with those Zerglings, go to the front of his base again. And actually, look what your Overlord sees.
He's expanding behind us.
So guess what you got to do?
Drone?
Yep. Split some lings off, or drones off to the natural. And he's looking to just buy time right now. That's all he's trying to do. Nope, you're biting off way too much at you. I would have selected one of the Zealots, done as much damage as I could, and then when they finished warping in, I would have walked away.
Okay.
And there he is. He came back home. Watch the Zerglings. Why would you throw him away? You are so unforgiving. Man.
I hate Zerglings.
So split off some drones from your main. You want to create an equality between the two bases. Get another pylon.
Alright, so definitely feel behind right now.
And yes, we do feel behind. He kind of pulled the wool over our eyes, took that expansion, right? It's a very non-committal attack. And this is a tough place to be. The other thing I would note, too, is you don't have any Overlords over in his region because you've been lackadaisical. I would say occupied. It's less your fault, but you have to have the Overlords along the perimeter of his line so that one that's up by your high yield, you know?
Yeah.
Because right now we don't know what he's doing. And the only way to know that is with an Overlord, but you're not in a position to find out.
Those two Phoenixes are two hallucinations. Why would he make two hallucinations? It's probably Phoenixes, right?
Yep, he just likes to do that. He's done that each time.
Oh, there are hallucinations. Alright, well I'm just gonna keep droning. Am I so behind that I need to overdrone to catch up?
Yeah. I mean, it's tough to say, but you have to be trucking along with everything else. Like, you know, Burrowed Roach needs to be going. He's rolling out with a sizable force, but not that super sizable. You should look at that. I mean, that looks basically the same. I would be thinking there's some kind of weird tech going on. But that's also a basis of units that you can't deal with, right? Like if he rolls out with any kind of tech behind that, you're in trouble.
There's an observer, so all of a sudden I'm not so happy about my roaches.
And you're not spending your money, and your gas is stockpiling, or not stockpiling, excuse me. So you need to get on your gas and probably make a Hydra den pretty soon. Probably sooner than this. And the reason for that is that if he's going anything but Colossus, you need the Hydras to survive. If he's going Colossus, you just don't make Hydras.
Okay.
But if he's going Immortals, and you roll out with Roaches, you're dead. If he rolls out with Void Rays, you're dead. Phoenix, you're dead.
I've kind of been cheating in my ZDP and not making Hydras. Maybe that's why I've been losing.
Yeah, I would say so. If you're not making Hydras, you have to be making Corruptors with just pure Roaches. But it cannot be like a, oh, I'm just probably not going to defend against any kind of air attack here. Now move those Spinecrawlers out to more pertinent places. Spread these Overlords out. Low on gas, high on minerals, so take the gas at even that third at the high yield. And you still don't know what his tech is, right?
Right.
What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I saw Immortals, so I'm thinking he's going Robotics.
Yep. Look at that, there's like 9 Immortals. So if you didn't make Hydras, I don't know what to tell you. You gotta make Hydras now. And I would look at that, and here he is on the creep. And again, you're looking at like 3 or 4 Immortals. I mean, obviously he's going to follow that up with Colossus. So you need the Stargate, or Spire. But I would look to do a timing. I mean, there's no Colossus out right now that I can see. If you want to mass up Hydras and shove them up a little bit, you could do that.
Okay.
I mean, you're not, don't gear up for a timing. Keep injecting, keep the drone production going. I would transfer some from your main to your natural and take a 4th right now. I know, take a 4th.
Oh, there's the problem. I'm not mining in my main.
Macro hatch.
I am so bad. Is he taking the gold? And this is that precarious spot where you get in, where I don't know.
I know. We've been here. This is tough. I kind of like the Zergling thing. He made cannon, so it didn't work out. But a lot of Protoss don't, so I like that you tried it. To be honest, it didn't work here, but I'm happy you did. Now you are seeing Colossus, right?
I didn't spot it, but if you say it's there,
We'll
I
pretend
believe you,
did.
Coach.
Yeah, we'll pretend.
So
spread these Overlords.
So that's my sign. Either go now or.
No, the second you see the Colossus, too late. You need Corruptors. So you're just gonna look to absorb him. He's on his 3rd, so you're on your 4th. You need Overlords, or at least this Ling burrowed at the bottom of the map. But you can't let him take a 4th uncontested. This has to be a max timing thing. So if you're not going to harass him with this Nidus Worm, which I hope you are, then that's got to be the game plan. But you cannot let him take a 4th uncontested. The 3rd, that's a given. Protoss are going to take a 3rd in most situations. The 4th, absolutely not.
Alright.
So mass up, Corruptor.
Why do I have so many minerals? It does not make sense.
Well, you have 89 Harvesters.
Almost.
Okay. Yep.
Mineral field depleted.
Well, he's gonna try to bust it. He spotted it. Good for him. We gotta roll out right away. Or not. Probably not. Don't do it. Yeah, he would have just, you would have left like 4 on an island basically. So he saw that. So here's a couple things. You got Overlords down at the island. You could put one on his cliff. Start morphing in there. Do some kind of spread attacks or something. But you got to be getting these Corruptors out. You should have started +1 on the Spire. You always want to start that the second that finishes. And here he comes. Don't get caught here. That's a terrible place to fight.
Mineral field depleted.
Do not like this concave at all.
Yep, and you don't have any Corruptors at all. So his Immortals are going to town on your Roaches as if they weren't even there, and the...
Yeah, I was maxed, and it's just a bad spot. Obviously, I made the wrong stuff. So
Yeah, I mean,